I just thought, what's the point? Life is so, I just remember saying, life sucks, it's painful, it's hard.
Life's difficulties started early for Elizabeth Verver. At age 9, her father left and never returned. By age 15, Elizabeth began numbing her pain with drugs and alcohol. After high school, Elizabeth sought purpose, only to find her substance abuse taking its toll.
Internally, I was a mess, and I didn't know what to do or where to turn.
Elizabeth received a glimmer of hope. Some family members offered to let her stay at their home while she attended college at their expense.
Okay, I'm finally gonna get out of this mess. I'm gonna get to do something, be somebody. And so I was very excited about having the opportunity to go to college.
But all that changed one night when a family member did the unthinkable.
He had brought me a drink. I never thought, anybody, especially family, would ever do anything to hurt you. And so I didn't think anything about it. I took the drink, and I just remember feeling very strange. And I do remember, at one point being held down and that happening. And it was almost like I was lifeless, like I didn't fight it. It was complete shock, because you don't think that anything like that would ever happen. But it did.
Elizabeth left the home and college. She met Frankie, who helped her escape from pain, temporarily.
He made me laugh. He made me forget about everything. And I thought, man, if I could just feel like this, I'm gonna be okay. But then it would spiral.
Frankie and Elizabeth began dating, but both were drinking heavily, addicted to drugs, and even at one point, homeless. Frankie was sent to jail for a DUI.
And I just remember being all by myself and just crying till I could not cry anymore. I mean, I can't take it anymore.
Elizabeth decided she would end her life. She heard one voice telling her to do it, but another voice told her things would get better if she didn't do it.
And I was like, what? But at that point, I believed it. And that's the point that I actually started to hope.
Frankie began hoping too. In jail, he met a man that led him into a relationship with Christ.
One night, I pull the blanket over my head. I'm in a bunk, fixing to go to sleep, and I just start asking God, come be with me as much as you can. That's all I knew to say. And the power of God came over me, which I know now, was the Holy Spirit coming to visit me and show me that he was real.
Elizabeth visited Frankie in jail and noticed a big change in her boyfriend.
He was saying such nice things. He was like, when I get out of here, we're gonna get married, and I'm gonna serve the Lord, and we're gonna be happy. And I was just like, are you doing drugs in there? Like, what are you talking about?
Frankie kept praying for Elizabeth and arranged for her to stay with his mentor's mother-in-law. Mama Kay, as she's called, left a Bible on the dresser for Elizabeth.
I just glanced over and I was like, okay, there's the Bible. But I've tried to read that crazy book. It does not make any sense at all. But for, this particular night, I decided to.
That night, God spoke to Elizabeth through his word.
All of a sudden, my eyes were open. I knew what was wrong with my life, and I knew what was missing, who was missing. I got on my knees and I prayed a simple, honest prayer. I said, God, if you're real and you can do anything with my mess of a life, I'm gonna give it to you.
Frankie noticed an immediate change in Elizabeth.
From the way she dressed to the way she started speaking, I could see the hope in her eyes, and it was an instant change.
Today, Elizabeth and Frankie are married and have 4 children. Frankie is a youth pastor, and Elizabeth leads the women's ministry at their church. She's also the author of a book called No More Darkness and tells the story of God's deliverance through her most difficult times. Elizabeth is thankful that God forgave her, which allows her now to forgive others and heal her past hurts.
Look at how much you have done for me, and look at how you have forgiven me, and I don't deserve it. And when I begin to understand that, He said, that's what will empower you to forgive and really set you free. I was like, Lord, I'll never stop telling what you've done in my life. I'll never stop telling how you can change a person's heart.